Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans taking on Jacob Eason and the Indianapolis Colts.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Alert! I got you, boy. I got you, boy. 58's the money. 58's the money. Come on.
Watson on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. That'll bring up second down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Here we go.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. And this is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Watch the screen.
Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Campbell making the catch. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead.
His kick is good.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game, and they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. Man, what do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
And this one grabbed by Darren Fells.
Let's go, fellas. First down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
You don't want to see me. You don't
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And now it's 2nd down.
Bradley Roby on the coverage defensively.
They go play action with Eason. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Eason. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Eason off the play fake. Catch made here by Campbell. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey. We got 3.
From the gun, here's Watson. Pass incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
I want that. Give me that ball,
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up and start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from...
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. And that one obviously worked out, but it's one where you kind of hold your breath because he was sitting there waiting to take a hit as he threw that ball downfield.
And this is the NFL. You're going to be tested a lot as a guy throwing the football. Will you stand in there, take the hit, and deliver downfield? And when you do it consistently, your offensive line loves you, your receivers love you, everyone does their job to the utmost because they have that kind of confidence in you, and they know that you've shown some toughness, and that's what he exhibited there.
But your body hates you.
No, your body's not real thrilled about the whole thing, but ice packs all around for the QB.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
He'll get this one to Pittman. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Off play action. Eason. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Oh, Watt shaken up. J.J. still down here following that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off the play fake. Eason. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now out comes Houston. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
31's the mic. Tackles. 31's the mic. Nice, sweetheart.
Now it's Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. K'Lavon Chaisson in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
31's the mic. Switch up. 31's the mic. Come on.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson over the middle, and it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll make it 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Who that?
3rd and long. It's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Julian Blackmon brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time to see Jacob Eason and company go back to work. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks. and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Off-play action. Eason. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
That is caught inside the 5. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. They'll run here with Taylor. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Here we go, Shaq. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. On the ball, now.
Again into Taylor. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. From the 4 now, 3rd and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Trying to punch it in with Taylor, and he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Brandon, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 2-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the end zone, Watson. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Off the play fake. Eason, what a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
No, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2,
and that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well. but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Now a first down throw. Watson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's second down.
To second and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to my...
Through an opening, and there he goes. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Houston set to take over, and down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Darius Leonard in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
I got one. Let's go.
Off play action. Eason. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
At the 5-yard line.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen has been pretty sensational.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Eason. Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to pour it on. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instincts sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Mike, check 33. 33. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On 3rd down, Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Off the play fake, Eason. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole...
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Bernardrick McKinney gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts have got it on cruise control.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him...
Brandon Cooks. It's caught left side by Cooks. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. 77 yards. And the Texans claw one back. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And they finally get him down at the other 46. Off play action. Eason.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well,
under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Whitney merciless. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman. 31 yards. And the Colts just continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. And his throw is incomplete. The rookie Michael Pittman, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Second down and 10.
Off the play fake. Eason looking deep for Hilton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep.
So conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Off play action. Eason. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory. Down at the 33. Eason. They're going right back to Pittman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell there to make the grab. And this offense continues to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Mike, check 33. 33. And come on.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. K'Lavon Chaisson in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
Mike, check 33. 33.
Let's set a tone, fellas.
3rd and 2, Watson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Indy set to go on offense once more. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, 48 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Check right, let's go.
He'll set up the throw from the gun. Fuller brings it in over the middle. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Texans are able to make things a bit more respectable.
His kick is good.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
A throw on a quick slant, going to be complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very
and that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Fielded in the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And let's shift our attention to Will Fuller. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Line him, go. 33. 33.
Throwing on second and long. Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Here I come again.
Now Watson throwing on third and long. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
What happened?
So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch, as that play good for 30 and a first. Here's Eason off the play fake. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And 22 more yards there and another first down. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And here comes the Texans now. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side of this one. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
From the gun, here's Watson. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Ricky. Mike, check 33. 33. Now watch one. Hey, check Mike 33.
Watson on first down. Caught left side by Cobb. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 13.
And the Colts getting ready to go. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Play action. It's Eason. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They go play action with Eason. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They give him a gain of 38. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Off the play fake, Eason. And that is caught, and the record is his. It's a touchdown.
Number 28, Jonathan Taylor.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
To kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Houston set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field.
Randall Cobb on the breakaway. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Off play action. Eason to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Eason. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Second down pass. Intercepted.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring.